Hi guys, welcome to Sim Captain, Friday Night Ops, January 19th in the Northeast Corridor, which is featuring Reagan National in DC, Kennedy in New York, and Boston in Boston. Or Logan International in Boston, sorry. Anyway, I'm going to fly from Philadelphia down to DC, and that is the intended route for us this evening. Gonna get the ATIS.
Eyes on initial contact. You have information Delta. Philadelphia International Airport ATIS information Delta. 23540. Land 210 at 5. Visibility 10. Few clouds at 26,000. Temperature 4. Dew point -7. Altimeter 3003. Landing runways 27 right and 17. Departing runways 27 left and 17. Please back or hold instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information Delta.
Alright, we've picked up information Delta. Currently we got the APU running and the door is still open. But I'm going to call Philly clearance and get our clearance. And good evening, Philadelphia clearance, Gulfstream 48 Sierra Sierra with information Delta IFR to Reagan National.
Number 48 Sierra, you're cleared to the Ronald Reagan International Airport. Philadelphia 2 departure, rate of exit DuPont that is filed. Call maintain 5,000, expect 12,000 when zoom is at departure. Departure frequency is going to be 133.47, squawk 3003.
Alright, 48 Sierra Sierra, we're cleared as filed to National via Philly 2. Radar vectors DuPont will climb to 5. We'll expect 12,000 in 10 minutes. Departures on 133.47, squawk 3003.
Number 4877, readback is correct. Correction, Philadelphia approach is your departure frequency 128.4. Other than that, everything is good. Expect runway 17 for departure, advise of rated taxi.
Okay, we'll expect 17 for departure. We copy the frequency for departure will be 128.4, and we'll call you when we're ready, 48 Sierra Sierra. Alright, we're closing the door. We're going to put the beacon on. Open the fuel valve, turn the pumps on, master switches are on. We'll select the bleed air for number 2. And number 2 is starting to turn. We got the local altimeter setting is set. We're going to go to 5,250 knots below 10. The nav on. Alright, we got good ignition of the number 2 engine. Select that to ground, let it stabilize. Flight director's going to go on. Gear selector is down, lights are tested. We're going to select number 1 for start. Put our cabin alerts on. Open the fuel valve.
And the 7581 Yankee, short of letter.
Alright, number 1's turning. Let that stabilize.
7581 Yankee, you're around 2 by 5. Can you say again?
Pitot heat and de-ice are going to be on. Flaps are set for takeoff.
7581 Yankee.
Trim is set for takeoff. Flight controls
Yeah.
are free and correct.
November. Hold short runway 27 right.
We got 3003 in the box. We will squawk normal.
November, hold short 27 right. Number 7581 Yankee.
Our flight plan is loaded. And I believe we are ready for taxi. We'll shut the APU down. And Philadelphia Gulfstream 4800 at Atlantic with Delta, ready for taxi, runway 17.
November 487, Sierra, taxi runway 17 via Alpha Delta.
Runway 17 via Alpha Delta 4800. Alright, brakes are released, taxi lights are on. We'll test the brakes. Left brake test. Right brake test. Brakes are checked. Gotta do a 180 here. And I just missed out on some other traffic that was here. There's actually one of them departing off in the distance now. But I couldn't get ready fast enough. Alright, we'll do a spoiler check. Fully deployed, light illuminates. Retract, light extinguishes. Do a reverser test. 2 are unlocked, 2 are in reverse, and 2 are stowed. Alright, so we're going to go to National. We're doing the Philly 1 radar vectors to DuPont. Then arriving into National, we're doing the Clipper 1 arrival. I believe they're landing north, so I expect we're going to split off and head south down to turn around and come back. And a quick departure briefing here. We're going to do a standard departure with standard call-outs. Departing runway 17. We'll initially climb to 5, and then we'll get a vector and an altitude assignment. Any failure before VR, we abort the takeoff, stop on the runway. Any failure after VR, we continue airborne and we will return here to Philadelphia.
Emergencies are right and contact Philadelphia approach on 124 November 758.
284 should be on the standby.
48 Sierra, contact Philadelphia approach on 284 Harvey.
Okay, over to approach on 28.4 for 4800. Thanks a lot. Good night. And we're gonna give approach a call. We're just about ready. We'll put the starter switches on. Final check the altimeter's the local setting. Pumps are on. Turn our taxi light off.
We approach, good evening, November 7581 Yankee, November. 81 Yankee, fully approach, Philadelphia wind 21005, runway 27 left, clear for takeoff. Clear for takeoff 27 left, November 7581 Yankee.
And Philadelphia Gulfstream 4800 is holding short of runway 17. We're ready for departure with information Delta.
Gulfstream 800 wind 21005, runway 17, clear for takeoff.
17, we're clear for takeoff, 4800. Alright, lights and strobes. Let the cabin know we are going. Everything is ready. Alright, this is runway 17, everything checks. Bringing the engines up, there's 40%, we're just going to keep rolling here. Engines are synced. Takeoff power is set.
304 Delta Mike, contact the
Airspeed is alive.
5.32, good night.
2532 from your 4 Delta
There's
Mike.
80.
Good night.
and V1, VR. Positive rate. Gear up. Gears in transit. Alright, let's get the auto throttle is on, autopilot armed, altitude hold, heading hold, yaw damps on. Flaps are coming up. Alright. Oh, something disconnected.
Philadelphia departure radar contact, the altitude leading.
And 80 here, we're climbing through 2.4 for 5 runway heading.
A1 Yankee, should 800, turn right heading 230, climb 18, 12,000.
230 on the heading up to 12,000 for 800.
A1 Yankee, turn left.
Alright,
make a left.
gear up, lights out, flaps are retracted and indicated. Yaw damps on, autopilot's checked and set. We're going to a heading of 230 and up to 12,000.
Yes, I know, a little late, we're busy. Did you want flight following this
Turn
evening?
the starter switches to flight.
If it's possible, A1 Yankee. A1 Yankee, roger, your radar contact. I maintain, maintain VFR at or below 5,500 for on course. Maintain VFR out of below 5,500 for A1 Yankee. ATR, turn right heading 270, proceed direct DuPont.
270 on the heading direct DuPont 4800. Alright, here comes 10,000. We'll turn the pumps off and the landing lights are off. Now we're not going into the flight levels, so we're going to keep the altimeter, checking on that, making sure we have the current altimeter setting. We're still good.
A1, you can turn left heading 360. I'm going to get you out of the final approach portion on the way 27 left. Left 360, November A1 Yankee.
132.65 is the ATIS there. Tune that in. I'm going to check the ATIS after we level off. He's going to give us a handoff soon, and then I want to check it. And we're leveling off at 12,000. I can accelerate a little bit. Alright, so I just turned the nav on, and now the autopilot is going to follow the GPS, which is now taking us to a Lude intersection. We got the Clipper 1 up here. We're going to be going a Lude, Baines, Curvy, Belay, and then that's where we intercept the Clipper 1 is at Belay. Then we'll cross Trish at 12,000, which is our top altitude for this flight. Then we'll cross Baltimore and expect that at 10,250 knots. Let's see if we can get the ATIS real quick.
23520, ramp 200 at 5. Visibility 10. Sky clear below 2,000. Temperature 5. Dew point -7. Altimeter 3005. Arrivals expect weather visual 19. Landing and departing runways 19, 1522. Multiple approach is being conducted to intersecting runway. Use caution. Runway 19 approach course parallel to runway 15 final. Notices to airmen. Numerous planes in the vicinity of airport. Work activity in the vicinity of airport. RMP approach on request. Read back all runway assignments and read back all hold short instructions. Operating Road C on the taxiway and runway. Do not enter prohibited airspace north of the airport. Advise on initial contact. You have information called. Washington National Airport Data's information call. 23520. 1200 at 5. Visibility 10. Sky clear below 2000. Temperature 5. Dew point -7. Altimeter 3005.
Okay, we've picked up information Gulf. And they must have switched since I checked last, and now they're landing south on 19er. Which is fine. We'll expect the river visual, so we'll pull that up. River visual. Okay. At the DCA 6 DME arc. Where's the altitude assignment? $1,800, $1,500, $900. Okay. Aircraft may visually follow the river to the airport or may proceed via RNAV Romeo November Papa runway 19 approach. Just set talk, waypoint, and then follow the river to the airport. There's some restricted airspace along that path, so we really need to stay right over the water. And then the other fact is we need to turn on a heading of 282 at eyes. I'm going to tune in the Baltimore VOR, which is 115.1. Baltimore. We're 35.3 from that. Then I want DCA. Triple 1.0.
Ocean 8 to your sir, contact Baltimore approach 128.7. Good day.
Okay, over to Baltimore approach on 128.7 for 4800. Good night. Good evening, Baltimore approach Gulfstream 4800. We're checking in 12,000.
November, question Gulfstream 800, Jamaica approach. Hello, the Jamaica. Question the Washington altimeter 3005 cross Baltimore and maintain 10,000 to 250 knots.
Okay, we'll verify that was to cross Baltimore at 10,000, 250 knots for 4800.
Gulfstream 4800, the Washington altimeter 3005. You can expect the river visual runway 19 tonight.
3005 on the altimeter. We'll expect the river visual 19er, and we do have information Gulf.
Thanks.
Alright, can already see DC. I'm going to slow down here. We're going to cross Baltimore, 10,000. Oh, that's Baltimore I see, not DC. Keep the speed up a little bit. And we do have to slow down and cross Baltimore at 250 knots. So we will continue to slow down. So the top number over there is Baltimore and the bottom number is DC, DME distance. Alright, we just crossed Baltimore. And I will address that I called them Baltimore approach and not Potomac approach. With, I think the handoff.
Gulfstream 480, contact Potomac approach 128.35.
2835 for 4800. We're switching so long. I think the guy who handed me off said that and it just threw me and I went with it. Good evening, Potomac approach, Gulfstream 4800, checking in 1010,000. We have Gulf.
Gulfstream 4800, Potomac approach, roger, descend and maintain 6,000.
Down to 6,000, 4800. Alright, 6,000. Some outbound traffic there. Alright, as we're descending in, I'll turn the marker beacon on. You know, it's interesting when Friday Night Ops is split up for a region and has 3 featured airports, which is nice because you can fly between the featured airports with full ATC. Sometimes I like it when it's focused on one airport and it...
Gulfstream November 4800, reduce speed 10 knots, then turn right heading 290, descend and maintain 4,000, factor 0 visual, runway 19 approach.
Alright, we'll slow 10 and we'll expect the right turn to, what was the heading, 270?
The right 290, descend and maintain 4,000.
Right turn 290 down to 4,000, 4800.
Gulfstream 4800, contact Potomac approach 124.7.
Approach on 24.7, 4800. Good night. .290 on the heading.
On the cab. Too fast.
American 856, Potomac approach, Pacific River visual, runway 19, descend and maintain 4,000.
4,000, American 856.
At approach Gulfstream 4800, we're checking in, descending through 5,500 for 4,000 on a 290 heading.
Gulfstream 4800, Potomac approach, roger. Expect the river visual, runway 19 approach.
We'll expect the river visual 19er and we do have Gulf 4800. Alright, I'm going to go to pull up this river visual and keep it ready. We can see the airport. Looks like we're following somebody in. Altimeter checked. And what I was saying was that when one airport is the focus airport of a Friday Night Ops, it's nice because it adds a realism of a really busy airport, though sometimes it creates problems with congestion and, you know, amateur pilots causing problems. You know, sometimes it's just a little overwhelming and the system gets overloaded. You know, I mean, the air traffic controllers on Vatsim have to take a test.
4800, turn left into 230 vector from the approach.
230 on the heading, 4800. The controllers have to take a test and actually demonstrate that they know what they're doing where pilots do not. They can just sign up and start flying. And I'd say for the most part everyone does a good job, and even the newbies, you know, because I was there once too. Because it's a little, in the very beginning, it's a little daunting and maybe even scary. Alright, we're 230 on the heading, slowing to 210.
Washington 480, the river is 12 o'clock, about 5 miles reported in sight.
480, we have the river in sight.
Washington 800, I expect the clearance about 2 miles and maintain 2,000.
Alright, down to 2,000 and we'll expect it in 2 miles. Dogs are barking. Gotta slow down a little. Gonna use the spoilers. Alright. Speed checks, we'll put 10 degrees of flaps out.
Northwest 234, Total Approach, Roger, expect the river visual runway 1 enter approach.
Landing lights, pumps, we're good.
You're cleared for the river visual runway 1 enter approach.
We're cleared for the river visual 19er, 4800.
American 856, turn right, heading 050, descend and maintain 3000, vector for the river visual runway 19.
Let's right 050 down 3000 right hand, 56.
Bullshit mate 00, contact tower 119.
Sorry, that was tower on 19 what?
19.1, Gulfstream 800.
Okay, 19.1 for 4800, so long.
Holding correct for now, should be fine.
Okay. Delta 1538, contact departure 125.65, thanks for flying.
Departure Delta 1538, thank you, have a good rest of your day.
Delta 128,
Speed checks,
can you
20
get around
degrees.
the American 73?
We're gonna put the gear down. Autopilot's disconnected, yaw damps away.
Because I'm using X-Block box, he could be offset, but this on radar, he appears a reasonable distance. I could work out something.
Roger, if you're unable, that's fine. Break Delta 302, wind 20
Full
5,
flaps.
runway 19er, clear takeoff, no delay.
Continue 19, don't do it.
And good evening, Tower Gulfstream 4800 is on the visual 19er.
Gulfstream 4800, Washington Tower, hello, good evening. Wind 20 5, runway 19er, clear to land, 1 departure prior to arrival. He's rolling right now.
Okay, 19er clear to land, 1 departure before our arrival, 4800. Oh, it's busy. If I can slow it down anymore, I'm really a little fast on it.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Sink rate. Sink rate.
Delta 302, thanks for flying out. Thanks for your patience. Contact departure
Hold
125.65.
Pull up.
25.65.
This is not a stable approach. But we'll get her down. Alright, touchdown spoilers are deployed and the reversers are out. 100 knots. 80 knots. That was ugly. I apologize.
American 140, expect another 40
50
seconds
knots.
of delay for intro spacing.
Oh yeah, American 140.
Alright. You know what happened there? I didn't turn the auto throttles off and it was still trying to hold 180 knots. I was wondering why I was so fast. That's my screw up.
American 856, river visual 19.
American 856, Washington Tower, wind 200 at 5 runway 19 are cleared to land. Expect one caution, one departure prior to arrival. One departure prior to arrival. Okay, clear to land 19, American 856. Okay, American 140, we should make this work, no delay, runway 19 and line up away.
Runway 19 and line up away, American 140.
American 140, no delay again, wind 20 at 5 runway 19 are clear for takeoff.
Delay again, runway 19 are clear for takeoff, American 140.
Alright, star switches are set to ground, bring the flaps up. At Washington ground, Gulfstream 4800, we're clear 19 are going to signature. Pumps are off.
November 4800, Washington ground, hello, hold position, stand by for coordination.
Alright, we're holding position 4800. I think we're on Alpha here.
November 4800, cross runway 4, tactile at Choppa, have a good night.
Alright, we're cleared across runway 4 into the signature ramp, thanks, 4800. Alright, that was a nice, quick, easy flight into Friday night ops at DCA. I'm a little upset with myself because of the approach wasn't stabilized and I didn't disarm the auto throttles, and I don't know, I guess I thought I was. I don't know what happened. I'm interested to go back and see how I lapsed on that one. But hey, that's what happens. I still got it down safely and with enough runway. Oh, we'll turn around and probably fly out of here and go back to Philadelphia. That'll be the plan. We'll bring the APU up. Alright, brakes are set. Fuel cutoff 1 and 2. Beacon is off. Hi guys, welcome back to the second leg of Friday Night Ops Northeast Corridor, January 19th. We're going to return back to Philadelphia from Washington National. Grab the ATIS.
Operating mode C on the taxiway and runway. Do not enter prohibited airspace north of airport. Advise on initial contact. You have information hotel.
Hotel is current.
Washington National Airport ATIS Information Hotel 00520 Rembrandt 80 at 6 Visibility 10 Sky clear below 12,000 Temperature 3 2.-6 Altimeter 3005 Arrivals expect with a visual 19 Landing and departing runways 19 1522 Multiple approaches being conducted to intersecting runway. Use caution. Runway 19 approach port parallel to runway 15 final. Notices to airmen. Numerous cranes in vicinity of airport. Bird activity in vicinity of airport. RMP approach on request. Read back all runway assignments and read back all hold short instructions. Operating mode C on the taxiway and runway. Do not enter prohibited airspace north of airport.
Okay. Now I want to call clearance. And good evening, National Clearance Gulfstream 4800, looking for IFR to Philadelphia.
Gulfstream 4800, Washington delivery, clearance request, standby number 1.
Okay, and we do have a hotel for 4800.
4800, roger.
Okay, we're closing the doors. We're gonna put the beacon on, parking brakes on, lights on, pumps are on, fuel valves open. Cabin alerts are on. We're gonna select number 2 for start. Master switches are on. And we got good ignition number 2. Gonna select number 1. Fuel valves open. Number 1's turning. Number 2 stabilizing. Temps and pressures look good. Good ignition number 1. Let that stabilize. Flight director on. Pitot heat and de-icer on.
Washington National, my apologies, sir.
Flaps are set.
My sim is going wacko.
Trim is set.
I'll file that right away.
2136, roger.
And we'll shut the APU down.
And Reagan clearance.
APU's off and the master's off. Turn the pumps off.
And requesting delivery.
Okay, we're going to do the National 7 departure. I'm hoping he'll give me that. Top altitude is 5,000.
I've got the SIG entered and presuming the active in Boston, and I have the, well, let me get the summary line again. That's where I entered in Boston.
And we're going to go to Doctor.
48 Sierra. Looks like you were already clear back, clear again. I have your clearance advisory copy.
Ready to copy.
Number 48 Sierra, cleared to Philadelphia Airport, National 7 departure, radar vectors, paleo. The files maintain 5,000, say 11010 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 125.65, squawk 2165.
Alright, 4800, we had filed for Doctor. You still want us to go to Paleo?
Roger, number 4800, National 7 paleo, and then DuPont.
Alright, we're cleared as filed to Philly. The National 7 paleo up to 5. We'll expect 11 and 10. Departure, I missed the frequency, and we're squawking 2165.
Departure frequency 25.65.
2565.
Number 4800, sorry about that. Your readback is correct. Information on Telus current. Washington 23005. Get 19 for departure, call ground 1.7 for taxi.
19 for departure, ground on 21.7. Thanks. Good night, 4800.
And Blackjack 1, can you...
And Ulster 15 to 19 for Delta 1743.
Delta 1743, can you confirm your equipment type, please?
That's an MD-80.
Roger, but what navigation equipment do you have on board? Do you have an FNC?
Flaps are set, trim is set, autopilot. Gear selectors down, lights are tested.
Correctly here for,
Okay. Washington ground 4800, is it signature ready for taxi?
November 4800, runway 19. Runway 19 taxi via taxi via Kilo. Delta. Disregard. Runway 19 taxi via Papa Juliet.
19 via Papa Juliet, 4800. I'm so flustered, I don't even know my call sign.
Delta 24.
Alright, taxi lights, brakes are released.
15 into the north holding bay.
Brakes are tested.
Monitor tower 119.1.
Cross runway 15, enter the north holding bay and monitor tower 19.1, for 95.
Gulfstream 4800, Cross runway 15, monitor tower 119.1, have a good flight.
We're clear to cross 15 and we'll contact tower. Thanks, 4800 so long. 119 or 5, I think. No, I missed it. It's okay, I can look it up. DCA tower 19-1.
American 4393, Washington Tower, wind 180 runway 19, clear to land.
Now we're in for a wait.
Clear to land, 19, American 4393.
Delta 519, right when able.
We're cleared up 519.
I don't know what the sequence is here.
American 2138.
Washington Tower. Good evening, Washington Tower. JetBlue 364 with you on the visual 19.
JetBlue 364, wind 1806, number 2, clear to land 19 following a heavy, caution turbulence following a heavy on a 2.5 mile final, reduced to final approach speed.
Final approach speed 1399 knots.
And American JetBlue 364, that was for you. JetBlue 364, wind 1806, runway 19, clear to land, number 2, cautionary turbulence, following a heavy on a mile final, reduced to final approach speed.
Reduced to final approach speed, Roger.
American 2138, I apologize for the delay. I'm trying to get you guys out as soon as possible.
And tower 4800, we're on Juliet, holding short of 19er, and we'll be ready in sequence.
And 48 Sierra, you hold there for now. I'll get you out as soon as possible. Thanks for contacting me.
800, we'll hold position.
November 48 Sierra, continue down to hold for runway 19.
4800, we'll go down to the lines.
Certified landing clearance for Swiftlight 421.
Swiftlight 421, yep, you got your landing clearance in 1706, runway 19, clear to land.
Red line 111, Swiftlight 421.
American 7 to exit right, contact ground point 7.
12.7, about 7.
Okay, November 48 Sierra, no delay, runway 19 line of point.
No delay, line up, wait, 19er, 4800.
Swiftlight 421, exit right when able. If you can exit right quicker, that'd be really helpful. If you can't, that's fine.
Swiftlight 421.
Alright, lights and strobes are on. We are ready. Bring the engines up to 40. Stand on the brakes. 40 and they're synced and it looks good.
November 4800, wind 1706, wind 1706, runway 19, clear for takeoff, no delay.
Takeoff power set. 19er, we're clear for takeoff, 4800, we're rolling. Alright, airspeed's alive. There's 80.
Washington
Cross check.
Short final, rolling 19.
We'll continue. V1, VR, positive rate, gear up.
Washington Tower.
Gears in transit.
We're short final 19.
American 2140, wind 170 at 6, runway 19 clear to land.
Alright. Gears up, lights are out, flaps are coming up. Flaps are up and indicated, yaw dampeners on, autopilot's engaged.
November 4800, contact departure 125.65.
Over to departure on 2565, 4800, good night. Auto throttle's armed, 250. I don't know if I must have bumped that or something. Good evening, departure Gulfstream 4800, climbing through 2.4 for 5.
Gulfstream 4400, departure, good evening. Clear direct Paleo. Clear contact.
Alright, we're clear direct Paleo 4800. Alright, I did not have the starter switches on for takeoff, but they are now set to flight. I've fallen apart on this Friday night ops. On the arrival, I got a little behind the aircraft on the approach, and now I'm forgetting things. I'm just falling apart this Friday night, Northeast corridor. Alright, leveling off at 11,000. Alright, let's see if we can get Philly News.
All aircraft block mode Charlie on all taxiways and movement areas. If our aircraft on initial contact, say direction of flight and aircraft type, as well as if you would like flight following. Read back all virtual instructions and advise on initial contact if you have information out. Correction, Foxtrot. Philadelphia International Airport information, Foxtrot, time 01540, wind 230 at 6, visibility 10. Engines clear. Temperature 03, 2.907, altimeter 3003. Landing runways 27 right, 26 and 17. ILS approaches are in use. Departing runways 27 left and 17. All aircraft block mode Charlie on all taxiways and movement areas.
Alright, we're going to expect ILS runway 27 right. The frequency is 108.95. The approach course is 266, so we're all set up for that. We just have to switch over to green data. Or, you know, switch this off of the GPS, because that's what it's following right now.
Contact, New York Center, 133.47.
133.47 for 4800, so long.
2469, contact Washington Center.
Good evening, New York. Gulfstream 4800, we're checking in 11,000, inbound to Philly with Foxtrot.
Over 4800, they've sent it on. Out some of the trees, there was a tree plan ILS 27 right.
3003, we'll expect ILS 27 right, 4800.
Gulfstream 800, turn right heading 080, set maintain 6,000.
Right turn 080 down to 6,000, 4800. Let the cabin know. I just need a turn.
Gulfstream 800, turn left heading 360, reduce speed to 210.
360 on the heading, slow to 210, 4800. Alright, speed check.
Takeoff, Yankee, descend, maintain 3,000, hat 3,000, reduce speed to 210. 800, reduce speed to 180.
We're slowing to 180, 4800.
Okay, Golf Yankee, turn right heading 030.
Speed checks 20 degrees. 20 indicated.
You're on that right, he's Golf Yankee. Just confirm that's at 030. Confirm 030, that's not right, he's Golf.
Star switches are on.
Thank you. Hey, for Sierra, 4 miles from Martin, turn left, heading 230, maintain 3,000, there's path to CLS, 27 right, sorry about the localizer, guys.
Alright, 330 on the heading, we're clear for the ILS, 27 right, 4800.
Yeah, just confirm that's heading 230.
230, well we're through the localizer, so we're going to be chasing it back.
Yeah, that's the reason for 230, it's my fault. Gulfstream 800, wind 2406, runway 27 right, clear to land.
27 right, clear to land, 4800.
And 2000 back your speed localized, the descent, 738 off.
Alright, speed checks, gear down.
Care 4438 at 3000, reduce speed to 180.
Gears down, 3 green lights. Speed checks, full flaps.
New York City, American 1538, request clearance IFR to Boston from Philadelphia, cruise flight level 230.
Alright, outer marker, gear down, 3 green flaps are full, yaw damps away.
Can you just called it?
And we are clear to land.
Yeah, 2136, descending flight level 242 to cross Sarah, and flight level 200.
Yeah, 2136, near center, Roger, cross the border, check 14,000, altimeter 004.
Right across, I believe you said Lurch at 4,000 out at 2136.
Yeah, 2136, correct, break. Sierra, uniform, whiskey, Sierra, Yankee, squawk 6622.
6622, Whiskey, Sierra Yankee.
Alright, all throttles disengaged.
United 511, contact Dallas approach, I'm sorry, Potomac approach on 126.1. Air Canada 7373, cross the 6 at and maintain 12,000, altimeter 3004.
Don't sink.
Alright, all pilots away.
Request deck
Don't sink.
12,000, deck and 73733004. Sierra uniform, whiskey, Sierra, Yankee, contact Cleveland Center 134.9.
134.9, Whiskey, Sierra Yankee.
Don't sink. Don't
Okay,
sink.
Golf Yankee, turn right
Don't
heading
sink.
180.
Don't sink.
Don't sink. 180, number 88, Golf
Don't sink.
American
Don't sink.
627, cross Trish at and
Don't
maintain
sink.
12,000, altimeter
Don't sink.
3005.
Don't sink.
Cross Trish at and
sink.
maintain 12,000.
Don't sink.
United 511, contact Potomac approach 126.1.
126.1, United 511, so long.
Good. Care 4438, turn left heading 360, descend maintain 2,000.
Alright, touchdown. Spoilers are out. Reversers are engaged, 90 knots.
5038, still working on route for your stand by.
Roger that.
There's 60. Reversers are disengaged. Alright, spoilers are retracted, flaps are coming up. Marker beacons on.
So you
Lights and strobes are off. Pumps are off.
Okay, I got that.
Reversers off to
What runway is that ditch SID for that? Because I'm pretty sure it's a SID, correct?
American 5038, it's not a SID, it's a initial departure gate. You expect 27 right. Put that into your FMC, pre-file your flight plan, then give me a call.
Okay.
In New York, 4800, we're clear, 27 right at Philly, we're going to Atlantic.
And Gulfstream Sierra, Roger, I'm sorry about that call. Guys, Atlantic is on the northeast side, correct?
Yes, sir, we'll go up here to Delta and make a right turn on Alpha.
You got Sierra, you can do that. Sierra, Delta, and Alpha cross 35, cross runway 26.
Alright, Sierra Delta Alpha cleared across 35 and 26, 4800. Fuel cutoff 1 and 2, beacon. And that concludes our Friday night ops arrival in the Northeast Corridor this January 19th. Hope you like and subscribe. And until next time, happy landings.